Good morning, Central Florida, and welcome back to the channel for another video. My name is James, your local realtor, and if you need help with your real estate needs, my links will be down in the description below. But let's get into today's video. So I'm really excited. This time period, because I don't know exactly the exact day, but I have been doing carnivore now for 1 year, and I've had just a ton of different experiences. And I wanted to just make this 1 year recap video just to give you some insight on what's happened to me. Your story may be different, but this is what's happened to me. And what I did is I wrote down some things, key things that happened, and I made short little like 30-second reels, and I'll put those at the end of this video. So if you want to see those, basically the big things that happened to me, those will be down at the end of the video, or you can just watch the reels separately. I'll probably upload them to Facebook and to YouTube. But I wanted, low battery. We ain't got low battery up in here. We're running on ketones. But I wanted to make this short little intro just to kind of go over why I even started this to begin with. Like, why did I decide that I want to just eat meat? How did this come to fruition? Because if you would have talked to me like 10, 12 years ago when I was really into lifting weights, I would have told you you are out of your mind, that you have to have carbs to build muscle and all this stuff that, was in the muscle and fitness at the time. And this is what you were told that you needed if you wanted to take and get them gains. Okay, so it all started from 2 weeks before my son's 4th birthday, okay? So what happened is we had about 2 weeks before the birth. I think it was like 2 weeks almost to the day, right? And so I said, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm just going to take and just try it for 2 weeks. I can get through 2 weeks. And if I hate it, no worries. There'll be pizza and cupcakes at the birthday party and no harm done, right? So had no idea what to expect. I had done low carb, like keto and stuff, but carnivore is like a whole nother level, okay? And so I found myself at the end of the 2 weeks that, one, it wasn't that difficult. Two, I felt amazing. Even from already having some low carb, I felt absolutely amazing. And it didn't stop. Now, I'm not going to say that I did carnivore consistently, super strict all year round. I didn't, because that was never the plan. The plan was 2 weeks. Now, during that 2 weeks, I was strict, 100%. I didn't have any carbs, okay? Now, after the 2 weeks, right, I was like, okay, now what do I do, right? So the first thing I did is I said, okay, I'm gonna reward myself with a cheat meal, right? Because I thought it was done. So I remember this. I got Chinese food because it was my number one thing that I love to eat. I ate it, and I honestly didn't like it that much. And I'm like, it was like such a letdown. So I'm like, okay, well, that's done. So let me just keep trying. Let me see how I like it, okay? So I did that. Now this was, because we're in March, right? So I did that all through summer. I'm like, well, let me take and, see how I feel and stuff during summer, because, going to the beach and things like that. Now, when I started, I weighed 216 pounds, right? I was also 40 years old, okay? By summertime, which is about 3 months, maybe 3.5 months, I had lost 40 pounds, okay? And I ended up losing a little bit more. But anyway, I got down to about 175 pounds for beach season, which was fantastic. I hadn't been that low or that lean since, I was training when I was 25. Now, I will say this. Comparing how I trained when I was 25, and I'll try to put a picture on what I used to look like, but I mean, I had abs. I was benching 315. I mean, I was muscular, more muscular than I was, but it had only been 3 months of carnivore versus years of training, okay? Now, I will say, you can build muscle and get lean doing low carb or not, okay? You can eat the low fat chicken and white rice, or, and your vegetables, and you can get lean and you can build muscle. You can also do it on carnivore. I've done it on both. I'm still on it. and I'm gaining muscle and I'm leaning out. So you can do it either way. There's different pros and cons to each style, and you also have to think about which one fits for you, and that's a whole separate video, but I'm just letting you know you can do it either way, okay? So I started this for 2 weeks. I absolutely ended up loving it. And then now it's a year later, and like I said, I took some breaks. Now here's the cool thing about, for let's say you just want to try it, and I recommend try it for 2 weeks, in at least 2 weeks. And the reason why you want to do it for 2 weeks is because it takes about 14 days for your body to get over the addiction of the sugar and the carbs. Your cravings are going to go away, and just for doing it 2 weeks, you're going to see a huge improvement. But here, for someone that just wants to kind of try it, here's what I recommend doing, okay? Shoot for 2 weeks, plan it around a special event, okay? So like a birthday party, Christmas, a vacation, or something like that. Plan it for 2 weeks before that, okay? And allow your body to start feeling these effects of doing low carb, okay? If you want to just say, hey, I'm gonna do it for 2 weeks, you might end up like me, and a year or two later, you're still doing it, right? But let's just say you don't. What'll happen is your body will start to become better at adapting to fat, okay? And you can almost use this as like a little mechanism for, you know, when you want to take in and lose weight for a vacation or for, you know, a work event or something like that. Because the more and more you do it, and I found this because after about 6 months of doing it, March to about August, September, because my second son was born in September, right? And I was at the hospital. I knew for a fact, if you want healthy food, never go to a hospital. How ironic is that, right? All they serve is crap, processed crap, carbs crap, sweets, junk food, crap. And this is at the hospital, right? You're giving birth, especially the mom. She needs all the healthy food she can get, and they have all crap, all right? So I took a couple months off, but I would do like a week here, week there, kind of before I would, you know, if I had something going on, I would like say, okay, I got something on Friday night. I'm gonna do low carb for the next week, or, you know, or something. And you know what happened? I dropped 5-6 pounds like that. And so then I started thinking, I'm like, okay, now when I stopped, so at my prime, my carnivore prime, I got down to 175 pounds, right? And I was lean, you know, but I wanted more muscle and stuff. But remember, it had been 3 months, okay? So I got down to 175. Off and on for the next, let's say, the last 6 months of the year, where I did carnivore maybe half of the time, right? I got up to about 185 pounds, which means, and if you see my videos, remember, when you start eating carbs, you start gaining water weight. So a lot of that was just water weight. Okay, so I would go up to about 185 pounds while I'm eating, you know, and I didn't go crazy, but I definitely was not eating. I mean, I was eating carbs, right? And, but then when I would stop the carbs, I would drop weight so fast. So I could be 185 pounds on Monday, having a work event or something on like a Thursday, and I could be down to 178, 179 pounds in 3-4 days because my body was used to this. And I could almost use it as like a little tool. So I got to enjoy some breaks, and I got to slim down when I needed to. Now, is that what I recommend? Absolutely not, okay? But if that will get you to try it, and you'll kind of know, okay, I can, you know, work it this way and test it out, and it gets you hooked, then it's worth it to me for you to try that, okay? So that's my experience for the first year. I'm going to leave you now with the reels, like I said. I think there's 6 or 7 of them. They're about 30 seconds each of the big things that happened to me. I highly encourage you to take and watch these. If it's not in this video, watch it in the reel. But you're gonna love it, and you're gonna really get an insight of this last year and what's happened to me. So subscribe if you're new to the channel, like this video, share this with a friend, especially if they're thinking about doing it. These are the 7 things that happened to me. I think it's 7. These are the things that happened to me during the first year. So if someone's thinking about doing it, these are the things that they can expect. So anyway, I hope you have a fantastic day. Like the video, leave your comments down below. Have you tried low carb before? Ever? How long did you try? What was your experience like? If you've never tried it, consider trying it. 2 weeks. Give me 2 weeks. And then let me know how it was. Have a great day. Here's one thing you can expect when on the carnivore diet. Once you're adapted, your mental clarity is going to be through the roof. Your brain is going to feel like it is running on rocket fuel. You're going to be going from task to task. What's next? You're not going to be able to just sit there. You're just going to want to keep getting things done. This could be good and bad, because if people around you aren't doing the same, it's basically going to be like a cheetah and a sloth trying to take a walk together. Here's one thing you can expect when doing the carnivore diet. Your urge to drink is going to go way down. Why is that? Your body is addicted to sugar if you're doing a high carb diet right now. Whether you get that from food or alcohol, the addiction and the craving and the response you get is going to be the same. So once you quit out the carbs, then your urge for that addiction from the sugar also goes down, meaning you don't feel like you have to drink as much. Plus, when you do drink, you're going to get drunk a lot faster. Here's one thing you can expect on the carnivore diet, and this is probably TMI, but you are going to poop way less. A good indicator of your health is how much you poop. Think about it. Poop is waste. If you're eating food and you're getting a bunch of poop from it, you're eating a bunch of waste. If you're eating a nice healthy diet and you're barely pooping, then that means your body's using what you're eating. So don't eat poop. Here's one thing you can expect on the carnivore diet. Picking meals is so easy. No more fighting about what's for dinner. Once you cut out all the crap, your body's only left with things that make it thrive. Then your body becomes addicted to those foods. And this is why you'll find that people that do low carb can eat the same thing over and over. Because of how great it makes them feel, that's what their body wants. So no more fighting about what's for dinner. Cut the crap, and meal options become just that easy. Here's something you can expect when doing the carnivore diet. Your endurance at the gym is going to go through the roof. You're going to have essentially an endless supply of energy. The reason why is because your body is using fat versus carbs. You have right now about 100,000 calories that could be used for energy. You're not going to burn that much at the gym, which means you're going to be able to go for 2 hours and then still go work an 8-hour shift. This is why you have so much energy on a low carb diet. Here's what you can expect when doing a low carb diet. In the beginning, you're going to lose a ton of weight. It's not fat, it's water. The reason why is because when you eat a carb, your body attaches 2 to 3 grams of water to that carb. Now, you don't notice this weight gain because it's consistent. But when you go to a low carb diet, every time you burn that carb, your body's flushing out those 2 to 3 grams of water. This is why you're losing weight 3 to 4 times faster on a low carb than anyone else doing a consistent carb.